thinking I'm going to need to start singing Cult of Personality here to open the show, because according to half the internet, that's the only thing that gets ratings these days. Oh, wait, we're on. Hello, and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike the Ref Twitch stream. It is Wednesday night edition. Is the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. Glad to see you all. And yeah, we got a new camera here, so hopefully, a little sharper tonight. So I am still working a few bugs out in terms of getting the size over. I literally just changed the source for them. I will say I do like Elgato products quite a bit, and it seems like I'm growing in what I have for Elgato here all the time. But yeah, we actually get to go back to wrestling as AEW fans tonight. With all the drama that's gone on over the last week here, it is... AEW's taking quite a beating in the publicity ratings, let's put it that way. I think tonight's going to be a fun night regardless. We got Jon Moxley versus Jay Lethal. We got Mark Briscoe versus Roosh. And Jay White versus Swerve Strickland in the Continental Classic tournament matches, which should be an absolutely fantastic show. We also have Julia Hart taking on Emi Sakura, which it will be a fun match, and it's good to get to see Emi on TV. Be interesting to see what else we get tonight, because the only other thing we've heard is response from Christian Cage and commentary by Bryan Danielson. We did get teased last week with a Wardlow versus AR Fox, but they literally have not showed anything on our graphics for it or anything, so gonna be interesting to see what's going on. And like I said, this week, AEW has taken a beating all over the place. From all those times that AEW fans got to tweet about how great some of their cards were and how the matches were, well, WWE got a chance to... WWE fans who insist on being superior to everybody else, they had an opportunity to throw things back in the AEW fans' face. And I'll be honest, I don't care who's the better product. I want to see good wrestling, and that's what I'm going to see here. And based on the recent resignation of QT Marshall and the rough explanation we got because of it, it seems that it makes sense that if you're here to watch wrestling, this might be the show to watch it on compared to Raw. Raw will tell amazing stories and have good wrestling. This one here will tell amazing stories in match and have good wrestling. That's essentially what things look like they're starting to head towards. It's not there yet, obviously. Rather than being a WWE light, it looks like AEW is going to start heading towards more of a New Japan kind of product, which makes a lot of sense based on where Tony Khan's been, right? So for me, it makes a ton of sense doing that. So, yeah, other than that, I guess I should catch up on the week for you guys. Did a little bit of reorganizing, picked up the Elgato face cam, like I said, wanted to upgrade the camera because every time you guys watch me, my face is a little bit more washed out than I like. Even now, it's a little bit pale for what I would expect, but you know what? It's a hell of a lot better than what it was. The background colors are really good. Just try to upgrade just a little bit here and there. Nothing too crazy or anything like that. So, other than that, yeah, sorry I had to cancel yesterday's stream. The last 2 days at work, I've literally been climbing up 6 or 7 foot ladders. Or let's put it this way, it's a 7 foot ladder on top of my truck and then a 6 foot ladder on top of that. Picture going up and down that. About 25 times, and being as big as I am, that is not good for my knees. Combine that with the fact that my new medication has sort of dropped my body weight considerably. And it is a good thing, by the way. There are bad things to it, but there is a good thing to having that happen. It just it leads to your knees not feeling very good for a couple days. It's sort of like when you keep something under pressure for so long, and then once you start releasing the pressure, you get to see some of the holes falling. Seems like my knees had a few holes in it, so just taking a couple days to relax and repair. And speaking of relaxing and repairing, it appears that the Killer Instinct game that just came, the update, where we're all calling it a new game, but it's just a 4K update for it, and some new skins, some balance changes, which never happens with a fighting game that's 10 years old. They're doing a bunch of changes with that, and now they've just set out a patch because they had access to something that people got access to, I believe, some extra skins that they weren't allowed to have yet. It was part of a package if you pick up a character or whatever online or whichever. All I know is I got on there very quickly and saw that everything's pretty much the same. All the files are still intact. When we get into it, we are going to go through the story modes with a few of the characters, and we'll have some fun with it and see what happens here. It is going to be a fun week. Next week, it looks like I'll be on, maybe as much as 6 days next week. So we're going to get, next Monday's going to be God of War. I'm guessing based on how much is left in the game, probably about 2 more streams of that. So hopefully we'll get that done before Christmas. Tuesday, I hope to get back on the KI. Wednesday, once again, our AEW Dynamite from Montreal, which I know Americans might not know this, but Edmonton and Montreal are across the country, so no, I will not be attending Dynamite next week. Thursday is actually the Game Awards. I will be doing a live watch-along of the Game Awards here. And then we'll see. Friday, Saturday, a little bit wide open here. I want to make sure we get our Sports Saturday in. Saturday is deadline, though, so NXT deadline, so maybe we'll pop in right after that. And then, new graphics, is it? Ooh, new graphics. Top Flight and Andretti versus the Hardys and Brother Zay. Okay. I guess that's another decent match to work on here. Let me just share this out to our friends here. But yeah, other than that, life's going good. Nothing too crazy. Working on a few projects that I'm looking forward to doing in the future here. 2024 is going to be a very interesting year for us here because I want to expand a little bit more into a few other things. And you'll see them as we're going along here. And I will be asking for your guys' help when it comes to like booking ideas. And I know that I wanted to do like a WWE 2K23 simulation league with subscribers, but yeah, I just couldn't keep up with it right there. There was just a time where I was just getting a little too busy here, but might have some other projects on the go that you guys might like to see here, and some possible... I'm copying from a lot of other people, let's put it that way, and just putting my own spin on it for what I would think on some stuff. And once we get everything finalized, I want to make sure we get your overlay set up and the streaming capability set up. I want to do some stuff live, whether it's out of here or on the YouTube. Looking next year to maybe doing a little bit on the old whatchamacallit, TikTok. You know you're 45 when you can't remember a TikTok for a while? Jesus. All right, well, Dynamite's going to be up here in just a moment. We're going to have some fun tonight. This is going to be a fun show. gotta make sure something here before we continue. No. I thought last game I played on here actually had a mature rating on it. It was God of War 2018. So sometimes Twitch has an idea of, screwing things up and keeping things a little more situated. They don't switch things over like they should. Good old Minnesota. Real home of hockey in the Central North America. So is Taz sitting out this week or is Toni? Or are we getting a 4-man booth, which, as much as we appreciate Bryan Danielson, I don't know if... I don't know if it's the best thing in the world to have 4 people at the commentary desk. Yep, Tony's out. Yeah, they're really pushing these London tickets. I'll say this. I do think they're going to get a very full house. I think they do have the opportunity to do the Grandiosa stage because I don't think they're going to get the ticket buy-in that they did last year. If they do, good on them. I love it. I hope it happens. But it's just that it's like seeing a new restaurant. Everybody goes there the first time. You don't necessarily get everybody there the second time or the third time. Just a lot of people just want to say they were there and that's it. So, all right. So every week we're going to be bringing up the rules, which fair enough. I appreciate that. If you missed last week, this will be the second week of matches come up. Oh, that's right. We only did have 2 matches. Because who's the other one? El Idolo didn't have his match either. So the winner of White and Strickland, I do hope there is a winner. That should be the main event tonight. I hope it is. And I hope it's Briscoe, but I think Rush's going to be the one to get the victory there. And they're starting off early with Moxley and Lethal. Let's go. I love the fact that we get... my instincts of commentary still haven't shaken from me here. The fact that whenever you get a ring announcer talking, you never talk. But for me, it's really great to see that Moxley is in the position that he's in right now and just fill it wherever he needs to. I can't see him winning the whole thing just because it's going to be... I don't think he wants the New Japan Strong title. I don't think he wants the Ring of Honor title. Did you guys happen to see his response to old Charles Martavius in his debut? Said, you guys really don't want to hear what I have to say because if he mentioned it, it would light everything up. Oh, this reminds me, I got to check out my Season 2 pass for AEW Fight Forever. I'm thinking Moxley makes it to the finals. He sort of has to. He's got to be that proverbial favorite, but be interesting to see who's going to get that second spot. Is it going to be Swerve? Is it going to be White? Is it going to be... well, you can see White. You can see... Hey, Zodiac. Sorry, couldn't make it to the pre-show. I wanted to talk about WWE's cancer diagnosis. Let's do that in. I hate this song. Pray Saturn, pray Saturn, pray Saturn. Oh, speaking of which, I want to say thank you to everybody that I will be putting this in the Retro Hangover Discord later. But I want to say thank you to everybody that submitted Genesis lists to me. Behind the scenes here, we did actually have our draft this past Monday. I do believe, spoiler, it looks like it might be the Christmas week that we get it as a Christmas gift to everybody, but who knows? I will say this. I got a little flustered after I lost my first pick, which I'm not revealing. But I will reveal that, Adam's a jerk, but that's beside the point. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm raising money for Jack.org just like I am now, which reminds me the one thing I didn't do as we started up. Exclamation point, Jack. I'm just going to pin this comment to the top of the stream here. We are raising money for Jack.org to help youth and young adults with mental health issues and whatnot. Try to learn the signs and symptoms and how to cope with it, and learn how to help each other when it comes to mental health. So we'll be doing that throughout the week here. The campaign will be open till the end of January, but the actual on-screen graphics and such, they'll be going away next Monday probably. So but Lethal's oh my god. That takes a lot of effort here. If you just see that figure 4 that they both go to the outside, that could hurt a lot. So did they take off the Woo Energy graphics off the top? Oh yeah, I guess because it's all in, right? They're advertising London. You want to talk about the cancer? Go to WWE Zodiac. Oh God. On Moxley with a dive? Moxley with a dive. But yeah, I'll say this. All the power for WWE to bring him back. If it works out, great. Kudos to them. It's just until they get a few matches in there, he'll give him a little bit of a boost. But then once everybody sees how he wrestles, and even if he's able to once they see the caliber wrestler he is now, and the fact that he gets injured quite a bit, I think the bloom is going to come off the rose rather quickly here. So, I like this, Lethal. I like this, Lethal, with the fact there's nobody at ringside. I also like the fact that they didn't have any of the extra showmanship of having people show up and then have to leave kind of thing. It's just no BS. Let's just go for it.
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
Zodiac. 21 months. Let's go. Attaboy, thank you very much. I truly do appreciate it. You're a hell of a guy, despite what everybody else in the chat says about you. I do really appreciate you. I don't think Mox makes it to the final. I think he loses this match or gets a draw. It costs him the final spot. Gives Swerve a huge bump. I almost think... Could you imagine it being... I feed other shit talking if they're shit talking. Hey, fair enough. Feed on the haterade, just like Charles Montavious. He's mentioned that he does that too. I see you two have a lot in common. If you lose the last match, it gets a draw cost. Well, here's the thing. The way the format goes is top two make it to the semis, right? Like there's a blue final and a gold final, so they do get one of these matches out of the whole round robin's going to be a rematch. I honestly feel it's going to be another Moxley having a conversation with the kid is great. Thought the winner of each made the finals. No, apparently it's top two. It would mix because they've advertised the week before being a playoff round and then the pay-per-view being the finals, right? So I think it's going to be Moxley and Swerve possibly. We'll know by the end of tonight. If that match doesn't end up in a draw between Jay White and Swerve Strickland, I'm pretty confident in saying that we're going to end up with Moxley versus the winner of that match. And they'll have to run it twice. That's fine by me. And the reason I say that is because I think Kingston's going to make it to the semis. I don't know if he makes it to the actual final. Because I think they want to play off the storyline of possibly having Eddie versus Mox in that championship match. In the cup final here. That would be probably the predominant storyline you would see involving everyone here coming into it. They could possibly throw a Swerve, no pun intended, all over the place here. I would love to see Swerve be the champion and the cup winner and have all three belts and be on all the shows. And Switchblade, I think he'll have a great showing. I don't know if he'll make the finals. On the other side, Danielson's going to have to eat some L's, which I think he's more than willing to. I don't know why they didn't have Danielson and El Idolo last week like they should have. Like, you don't have much spare time to get all these matches in, right? Really out of nowhere there. Feel like this tournament is a huge chance for a shock. Why not push someone more or someone new? You can push them without getting into the finals. If you could tell the story that somebody is at a point, like he's so far back and that he has to fight his way back up to win, which very well could be Lethal in this case. But the fact that Lethal is with Jeff Jarrett, I don't know if... I think if you're going to see that push, you're going to see it from the other side. Whether it be Garcia. Like, the obvious pick would be Garcia for a young guy to get pushed. But even a guy like El Idolo. Garcia seems ready to go. You got... Like, Garcia and Starks are like 1A and 1B for me for guys that are just so ready to be pushed, right? Like, Wheeler seems so cool and confident going into... Oh, there we go. Back and forth here. You got such a core group. Like, everybody says, why doesn't AEW make any stars? They are right now. It's just... You don't make stars overnight. You got, like, let's face it, Sammy before the injury was primed to be a next big star. I guarantee he probably would have had Mark Briscoe's spot in this tournament if Sammy was available. I'd almost guarantee that right now. I think the only reason Danielson's in it right now is because he wanted to run one more of these before he retires full time, right? And he's not going to do the G1 out in Japan because the schedule's just brutal. Like if you think about it here, they're running a 6-person round robin over 6 weeks for 5 weeks. Brody King could be the guy. The semifinals match overcoming this huge monster could be a huge bump. Hell, I would love to see that. And I actually would like to see Brody King sort of get some sort of boost here because I'll be honest, I am really not sure what's going to happen with Malachi here at this point. I think there might be a way that Malachi might just be running out his contract. I hate to say it, but, it is. He hasn't got any matches. He's. Like, it's funny. He doesn't know why either, but Malachi Black's last singles match was in July of 2022. Think about that for a minute. But let me open up this can of worms that we're slowly getting around here. As far as I'm concerned, let everybody switch back and forth all they want. I don't mind. Like this thing with Punk moving, if WWC can handle him, take him. If he works out, great. If not, it's not a needle mover for me. Well, he took a huge amount of time off for mental health. Maybe there's hesitancy to give him a huge singles push. That could be as well. If you don't believe in the consistency, right? There you go. So smart. You got to love that with Moxley here. He just transitions from one to the second without... Oh, now he's got the leg hooked. That is creative. Yeah, it's over. But you got to admit, that is a hell of a match there. But once he captured the hand on that leg hook there, that was pretty amazing. But the one thing about Moxley in this draw here is he's getting the quote-unquote easier guys first. Because now what he's got left, he's got Roosh, he's got Strickland, he's got White. He's got some heavy hitters lining up here. They could do a mock suspension angle to give him much-deserved time off. I don't even think they have to. Do they really need to? They just, after the tournament, he takes some time off. Like he loses his crap and loses it on a roll-up or something. Hey, that could very well happen. Like, I would love to see it, but here's the thing with, and we were talking about this on the pre-show a little bit here. We have, there we go. If he has 3 belts, I think it would be hard to give enough time off. That's true. I don't expect Mox winning this. Don't even kid yourself. How wild would a Roosh versus Andrade final be? How do I sum this up? That's a win. Oh, there's so many matchups we could look at and just say, yes, please. Like, hell, I'm looking at it. Well, what would happen if we ended up getting like a Swerve Kingston final? Could you imagine the violence in that matchup? As soon as you bring up violence as part of a fight, I think that would be a ton of fun watching a match like that. Wow. Swerve versus Danielson, the push that Swerve would get from that would be huge. Didn't they already have a match? But I guess for a tournament final, it just ups it that much, right? Also, Andrade versus Garcia. They finally convinced Andrade to show up. Andrade's another one that you really don't know what's going on with him. And if you guys get a chance, and I'll say this over and over again, one of my favorite channels, you do have to take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt, of course, whenever you're dealing with social media when it comes to wrestling. Check out the Wrestle Talk channel. They actually had a bit of a talk about CM Punk coming over to WWE and the effect that it would have on other superstars, and do they or don't they want to do stuff and whatnot. You're trying to push me to buy TSM Plus. Yeah, I still ain't in the mood to pay the extra money for that right now. We'll see what happens in the new year. Maybe. Just maybe. But yeah, there's so many different, like you said, Rush and Andrade. You have hell, could we get like a Swerve and Garcia kind of push? I love the idea of Swerve and Danielson. Brody King and Swerve. Like Jay White, like he had his push. He needs to be shown strong in here. Like he does need to get victories. I don't know. It could be a law of diminishing returns if you get him in a higher up role. Swerve versus anyone? Yeah, let's just say that's an easy one. I feel in many ways that, like, well, Swerve is the king linchpin here, and the fact that he's here means a lot. Really does mean a lot. I think if people talk about people that lose their after their contracts move to WWE, I think Punk is one of those addition by subtraction deals. I think Swerve would probably be a huge, huge step back for AEW. Because this is one of those guys that, yeah, QT Marshall, that's, or Marshall. He was the head of talent development for AEW, and he just didn't like the fact that he wasn't going to get over the way that he thinks he should. All right, where are they doing it? So they're gonna They're going to use the Flair pop to get Sting over. Please just do not say that Flair's in a match. Yeah, it's 35, unfortunately. I love Sting, one of my all-time favorites. I'm not sure I can handle Sting Fest for 3 more months. I think if they're going to do it for like a backstage segment like this, I can live with it. Because realistically, they only have one more pay-per-view between now and then, right? Flair sleeping through the first half of the interview. Oh, he's awake. His words are can't be. Ugh. I love the fact that Shivani still has an earring too, so it's like he's still hip with the cool crowd. It's because wrestling couldn't get commercials back then, Rick. Yep. He almost swore on live TV. That would have been great. This is how they're going to try and sell the pay-per-view right now. Can you tell tickets are going on sale very soon, probably? Gonna have to double check here what day that is. Yeah, they're going back to Sundays, so... All right, so at least they get that. They're gonna get that pop there because Flair Country. They're gonna go nuts as always. It'll be pretty amazing if we get a draw out of this. But look, here's another thing that I see here. There's not as much rush here tonight. Maybe it's just me, but does it feel like things are a little more paced out here? The fact that we got normally we're halfway through a second match by now. And here it's just they're getting the intros in. Shivani's in his late 60s, just like, yeah, absolutely. And well, it's probably because he probably took care of all his Starbucks customers so well that he sort of went down in age. For those that didn't know, Shivani was a barista at Starbucks for a time after his time at WCW. It did not want anything to do with wrestling until he came back here with Tony Khan. $3-1-1 was an inside job. What the hell was that? Well, either whatever it was, that side got ripped. I love Danielson. He's like, why are these guys in such a hurry? I really wonder what matches they're going to get a draw out of this, because AEW is not used to their draws. Like, I'll admit, they have a lot more than WWE has, but... Although you can notice that WWE has been starting to go with their dirty finishes a lot more lately. Yeah, when it comes to a tournament like this, I'm thinking 3 losses, you're done. 2, you got a shot. I really do hope they get a decent number. I know that there's 2 shows in Berlin coming up that following week. But it would be a hell of a night. It would be a hell of a positive for the wrestling landscape overall. To basically turn around to all these dollars and say, screw you, we're still going to be strong. Do I think they're going to be monumental? I said it at the beginning here. I don't think All In's going to get the same draw that they got this year. If Tony Khan wanted to look for the bigger ringside setup, the only bonus I could see, and this possibly could be what I would call the Travis Kelce effect. If you guys haven't heard the news this week, apparently Tony Khan is getting a bonus or a discounted rate for the most part for the show in London, so they can attempt to clean up sooner than expected. Like, I think they take like 2 or 3 days to get everything cleaned out of there. But apparently they're going to be able to hire more people and pay them more to get it cleaned out faster so that Taylor Swift can get extra concerts in at Wembley Stadium. So all they need is one tweet saying, thank you, AEW, for doing this for their fans. 2 years from now, TK, we're going to North Korea for our biggest show ever. I really hope that's not the case, but hey, if it's a botch show, WWE goes to Saudi all the time, so what are we to judge, right? Seems like everybody's got a little bit of a... Everybody's got a skeleton in their closet. I don't think anybody's truly innocent of anything these days. Especially in wrestling. WWE is here to make money, not friends. I think Punk summed that up perfectly this week. And that has been turning into an internet meme from what I've seen now. And it is pretty damn awesome that, you know, it's just like a regular job for most people. They looking to make money, not to make friends necessarily. Sorry, I've been trying to make sure my hydrates are always up, so. But yeah, this this tribalistic thing is really interesting to look at from the outside. Because I know personally, looking all the way from the top of the wrestling world down to your local indie promotion, there's always your Jim Cornettes. Hell, even for a while, I thought I was the Jim Cornette of local wrestling. Granted, I've grown out of that and, learned a lot in my life. Oh. Roosh is hurt. This is going to be interesting. Oh, Roosh got a bad knee. This is not good. He's still going. Is he actually going to try and run the knee? He can't. He's hobbling across. I'll give him the effort. It does seem legit. Like Samson was looking at him, and which, that could be as kayfabe as anything else, but it looks like it is somewhat legitimate right now. And I like that Briscoe's turned around and just made himself the heel completely here in this match. There you go. That's how you're going to give your leg a little bit of a break here. In two ways, of course, depending on who you're talking about here. Delay it long enough to update the graphic. Ha! What do you mean? I thought it was legit at the end. They actually had they had to add it just as the match ended. That reminds me of the KI update that just came down. I was just talking about the beginning of the show here. KI, the developers at Iron Galaxy had to put a new patch a day into the release of the new version. Just because some of the stuff that, like a skin update that they had for, it was supposed to be associated with a figurine that people were able to buy. Apparently it was available to everybody on Steam. So now they got to put it back behind a wall again. Yeah, these guys, I legit think Roosh has got a bad wheel here. And this is where Tony's going to have to flip, because I wonder what's going to happen. Reminds me of me yesterday. We apologize for making this free. Please pay us. Well, considering it is a free-to-play game right now, I don't feel so bad about that. I love when Briscoe goes to that neck breaker. Just before he hits it there. Oh, and just for the record, I was expecting a few recommendation emails from Woo Energy for all our conversations last week and all the suggestions we had for marketing campaigns, but apparently I didn't get any. Oh. Wow, these... So we're basically going to get to the point here of trying to figure out. Oh, wow. They're probably using him on Exeter right now. Yes, I'm still calling Exeter, sir. I do appreciate your thoughts on that. Oh, one thing I did want to say about yesterday, Monday, and Raw and Punk's debut and all that. I really do appreciate how WWE went out there and showed a whole bunch of content creators with their reactions. I was actually sitting in. Oh, there we go with the froggy elbow. Hit it. No. I was actually in Wheezy Blonde's chat yesterday or on Monday for Raw. When that came up, when her reaction came up, and just seeing a genuine reaction of a genuine person losing their absolute crap about the fact that Raw used her footage, and the fact that like 400 people just randomly popped into her chat at that point. I will give WWE the kudos for that. No way. Oh, he did a better job this time. Could this be the beginning of a story for Roosh? Just like you were mentioning earlier here, Darthmic. Could we get a Roosh versus Andrade? That would be a hell of a story. And this could be that underdog story if it's... His knee still looks like crap, but... Watch Lethal and Briscoe tie. Those will be the only points they get. Look at that chest. My goodness, that's a meat grinder right there. Oh, we got a Toni thing going now. That's... How is RJ keeping a straight face? That's what I want to know right now. How is RJ City keeping a straight face? She said she had the gout, so yeah, of course her feet are going to get swollen. Now, the worst news in the world. MJF with a torn labrum. All right, MJF could have cut his promo short. One thing I do appreciate the fact is he does normally do that now. So we got a bad shoulder and a bad leg. MJF legit hurt too. Yeah, apparently that elbow drop onto the remember the announce table that said to hell that we ain't dealing with this tonight? And he pulled the move anyway. Apparently that's where he got injured. Not here to make money. I'm here to make things look good. He'll win the 6-man title match with no arms and no legs. Eh. Whoa! Yeah, I'll believe that. That was a lot what I was thinking when I was watching TNA originally. Yeah. Gee, I wonder what company he's talking about here. Fire up that tribalism. Let's go. Shut up, Riddick Moss. There's your shot. It's true. I still feel WCW didn't do it, but Impact was probably the first one to do it. Oh, gee, trend research. You think I'm going to answer that phone? I'll have. Are we forgetting Yokozuna? I don't want to forget the contributions of Yokozuna in WWE, but he said the C word. Yeah, it's true. Vader, Earthquake, Bam Bam, I'll do. Now, so yeah, I'll get into it right after the promo here, sort of explain where Max was going with that. Nope, I guess don't need the crutch no more. Oh, God. Here's the funny part. Cole was at... Oh. Oh, this is where they're just going to play up the... Joe is going to make sure that he is in 100% shape going into that pay-per-view. And the feed just died. Wow. We are in black screen right now, folks. Oh, never mind. In the shadows, our game begins next week. MJF and Samoa Joe. Will you face the unknown in a tag match? Are you a hero, Max? Are you a hero? It was me, MJF. It was me all along. And Joe's like, I don't want a tag match. You just had a tag match. That audio was weird. Has Samoa Joe ever been the head of a stable? The main event mafia, maybe. Just trying to think about it. Now he's been around for a few. I don't know if most carries would call him more of a henchman for more of these spots here. And Mr. Levy, good to see you here tonight. A pleasure as always. Hope everything's going well for you. Hope you're not too far out of the way here. So going back, Zodiac, you were mentioning about all the people in the 80s that broke the mold for WWE. I would say Vader might be the exception on that. Well, I won't even say Vader will be the exception on that. Once you hit 1992 and that one, once he was starting to make that transition, let's call spade a spade, when the steroid trail began, Vince tried to move into the more... He's already been working on the bodybuilding guys before, but even after that, he was looking for more normal shaped people, less character, less larger than life people. Of course, they've always broken the mold at times, but they've never let those guys hit the top championship. Like Yokozuna back then, absolutely. There were always guys fighting for the title. There was King Kong Bundy. There was Andre the Giant. Bam Bam even got a few shots. Vader got a shot at Michaels at that infamous time when Michaels stomped the head of Vader in a pay-per-view match. Rikishi as well. Like, he's been involved in that right around WrestleMania when Hogan and The Rock ended up main eventing. He was involved in that 6-way match. You've never seen them in the very top title spot, though. Who was the last truly big man that you've seen with a major championship? That wasn't a bodybuilder type. You got to start digging. Now, I'm just trying to dig through my head to figure that out, too, because... The Harts. No, we can't count Undertaker. He's still got a pretty good figure underneath, right? Like, he doesn't look overly big. Like, I would say the Big Show might be the exception there. Triple H was a body guy, so that doesn't apply whatsoever. But it comes down to comments like Riddick Moss saying that as soon as Vince left, he knew he was gone because since he was as soon as I hear the howl, it sort of scares me. Yeah, Big Show, yeah, but he was really tall too. But he wasn't built like a bodybuilder. He was built like a big man. Athletic as hell. Until Vince let him go. Let him let go. That's a better way to put it. Yeah, this is what we were talking about last week. They should have advertised this. Because this actually had some feeling to it. Jesus. Let's give him that. AR Fox deserves it. But yeah, Riddick Moss said as soon as Vince was gone, he knew he was on borrowed time just because Vince was the guy looking for that stuff. I'd almost say here, and I get we got Mark Henry, but he's also an Olympic weightlifter. So I don't know if you... Technically, he's in both worlds. But here's the other thing. Here's the thing. And this can be proven in many cases. And even Danielson said this. I would say we'd have to leave Kane and The Undertaker in the same group here, but here's my case against Mark Henry. And Danielson said this more than once himself. They never treated the World Championship like the championship. They still don't. They still have... Rollins is the secondary champion. I'm talking about the top championship in a company. Hell, Danielson couldn't even get... Well, at the same time, Punk couldn't get a spot in the main event on those pay-per-views. You were getting Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, two body guys. And Miz still is, in a way, a body guy, so... But yeah, Riddick Moss basically said that since Vince is gone, I was there as a body guy, and... Or sorry, I do want to apologize right now to Riddick Moss. It was Boogs that said that, I do believe, actually, instead. Did Umaga ever have the belt? No, we had the ECW title. That was it. Like, I would say the biggest guy to have it in the last few years would be actually Reigns. And I'm sorry, he's built like a tank. The only exception I might give... Hell, he got the world title. I just thought about it. I was thinking maybe Great Khali. The Ultimate Body Guy Cena, absolutely. And that's Sort of what the gist we're talking about here. Like, it's funny, in a company where they focus so much more on storylines than a company like AEW, there's so much worry about a look over there than there is over here. Wow. Just saw a tweet of somebody actually getting... Somebody sent someone a video of a murder on on somebody's timeline talking about a wrestling show. The Last Ride? Well, this match lasted a little bit longer than the other one. So this is going to be fun. We actually have a heel versus heel match as our main event tonight. The thing is, this is a sex sells and a body guys look better than the big men. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's what we're trying to say here. And that's what MJF was talking about in his promo, right? Yeah, I'm just glad to see Dante back tonight. I'll be honest, I looked at you guys when that came up. Turned my head real quick because I knew it was coming. Ugh. Yeah, I was going to say, Great Khali only had the World Heavyweight Championship. Never had the WWE one. It's been a hell of a long time. I would have to say the last one would probably be the Big Show. But we're almost looking at 20 years now. I love this when we get into these type of conversations where we actually have to put our brains together and try to actually figure this out because I don't really have the answer. And the fact that we've been around wrestling for such a long time, like I know you guys have watched wrestling for years, and so have I. And by the way, whether this is your first night here or it's your fifth year here, thank you. I appreciate having you here tonight. It's a lot of fun having you guys around here, and I love having these conversations with you guys and girls. Always, always great to have. Aren't these guys from Minnesota as well? So I wonder if Dante's going to change his style at all. I really do hope that Dante gets the same push that his girlfriend does. If you guys didn't know, Dante is actually going out with Sky Blue. Oh yeah, I just checked the phone. Yeah, it's Top Flight's hometown return. Throw it back! Throw it back! Oh, great. Upper Deck's throwing out e-packs of Ric Flair. Who would have thought having an AEW collecting card of Ric Flair would be in your 2023 bingo card? Oh, just to let you guys know, because I know all you guys are into video games as well. Next Thursday, I will be officially co-streaming the Game Awards. So if you are interested, feel free to stop by and check out the show with me. And one comment I've received on these streams that I really appreciate is the fact that I don't try to overdo it with the comments, and I do try to throw them in between stuff. I know a lot of streams, they just talk all through it. I'd rather let you guys see what's going on. So, hey Crowder, good to see you here tonight. First half of Dynamite, we had Roosh get partially injured, but still beat Jay Briscoe. We had Moxley beat Jay Lethal to start off. We had a hell of a promo from MJF, who got attacked by 4 guys wearing black with a devil logo on the outside. Mark Briscoe. Sorry, my apologies. Yes. Sorry. I'll do that to myself here. And then there's actually going to be a tag match next week with Samoa Joe and MJF versus 2 members of the Devil's Horde, I guess the best way to put it. But that's going to be in Montreal, so it could be any of the Montreal Canadiens fans there. So, and most of the talk we've had, and maybe Crowder, you can help us out here. We're trying to figure out who the last person was. It was all talk about, MJF brought up a comment that the other company dissed Samoa Joe because he wasn't a body guy. So we're actually trying to figure out the last big guy or non-body guy to hold the actual WWE title. Not the World Heavyweight title, but the WWE title. And I think right now the consensus we're looking at is probably Big Show. Way back. Biggest problem with a big man is they aren't as elegant as the body guys. When we move it, it's hard for us to look good when we do it. Watching that flubber fly. One of my favorite Simpsons quotes. I use it every time I go to the doctor. I really need to get some more sound alerts here going. So, but no, I hope everybody's having a great night here. Like I said, we're always having another one. So no, like the KO, exactly, not the KO might be the. Could we count KO in there? Because it was combined. I thought he just had the strawberry title. KO could be that exception we're looking at. We're overlooking here. We basically were talking like guys like Cena, guys like Roman. They all got to be body guys, and talking about the once certain wrestlers figured out that Vince was gone, they knew they were gone because all they were was that stereotype that Vince liked. Oh, that's cool. That kid's going to enjoy that forever. I don't know if you guys saw that in the picture-in-picture here. Brother Zay grabbed a fan's phone out of the stands, started beating down Action Andretti with it. Sorry, I had to see who was in the ring right now. Beating up Action Andretti, took a selfie, and then gave it back to the kid. That kid's going to live it forever, and I guarantee it's going to blow up on social media here in about 20 minutes. Now I'm now remembering why I hate stick shifting heels. Yeah, this is what I do when I get on heels. Just get out of the way as fast as I can. Bray Wyatt, yeah, that's actually a very good point. In one of I know why I didn't remember Bray Wyatt. When he won that championship, it was probably one of the darkest days in wrestling history. Darkest times. With the fact that, it was a make good for what happened with Rollins and Wyatt at Hell in the Cell. That was a month later at Super Showdown in Saudi. Then finished up with the Maggot match at Mania. The Triple M, I guess. That was a brilliant one on my part. And I really wouldn't consider Dean Ambrose being a body guy. He's never fat, but never... Here's the thing. He can pass for a body guy. I would say. Oh, the Hell in the Cell match where Seth was going to impale the Fiend with a cartoon mallet. Not only that, he buried him in half the stuff underneath the ring and then was going to impale him. Then the referee stopped the match. I really wonder what would happen if you took the average WWE fan or an AEW fan, took all the skirting away from the ring, take all the advertisements away, and just let people watch the matches. Yeah, I still would consider JBL a bit of a body guy. Like, not a massive bodybuilder, but he definitely looked like he could... My God. Darius going nuts out here. But let's face it, JBL did have that triangle figure. There is no way the Hardys are winning this match. There has got to be no way. Top Flight making their return home. Dante off several months. Oh. A little bit of a tides of turn there kind of deal. Oh. Oh, there we go. A little more conventional this time. Oh, God. Okay. Nice little Tower of Doom move there. Yeah, there is no way that Dante's losing. Oh, God. Here we go. Darius just saying no. Andrade, okay. Nice knee. This is his return match here tonight, Crowder. And they're actually in their hometown of Minneapolis. Oh, wow. Well, looks like Dante found a new finishing move that doesn't require him jumping off 2 ropes anymore. Which is smart. You don't want to do that your first match back. Just get the bugs out, right? Yeah, I'm really hoping they both can stay healthy for a period of time. This team of Top Flight and Action Andretti, that could actually be a pretty nice trios team to go up against the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed. By the way, when's the last time we've seen the Acclaimed? Have they been on Collision? I would hope so, at least. It is nice to give them time off, but unfortunately, giving them time off right as their DLC drops in AEW Fight Forever Which, yes, I do know I have to get to that for you guys so you guys can see what's going on with that. It just sucks that they released season 2 just for getting the Acclaimed out. And the Beat the Elite mode still isn't available yet. But yeah, we'll probably do a quick run of seeing how the Acclaim look and all that. Even if I just do it up for YouTube for you guys. By the way, if you guys don't know and you're new here, we do have both a wrestling channel and a gaming channel available for you to check out. Please give us a subscribe. We're on the gaming channel. We are up to over 750 videos, and we have one video consecutively for almost a full year right now. I got to go back and check the official date. I do believe it's mid-December is when I started posting daily videos to the point where I could say that we're doing it for over a year. Between myself, DBS Pod here in the chat, and Quest for Jewels, we have a ton of content up. Today was PJC and Quest for Jewels playing Fall Guys as part of the 24-hour stream Jules had for Extra Life. He did a 24-hour stream fundraiser for the Starlight Children's Hospital in Edmonton, which did a fantastic job of it. Just like this week, we're still raising funds for jack.org. You can check out the pinned message for more details on it. We are going to be having the campaign up to the end of January, but this will be the last week that it's advertised openly on the stream here. But we got Renee here with the winners. Ooh. Yes, please. Yes, please. Let's just say things are going to fly quite a bit there at this point. Commander, Vikingo, Penta versus Darius, Dante, and Andrade. Yeah, please. And now we get Julia Hart, which is another bonus for us, along with Emi Sakura. It's exciting being at the end of the month. I'll have like 5 shorts to record by next Tuesday. Yeah. It's going to be nuts, the timing right now. Like, I know you've been fitting up the shorts here a little bit more, Crowder. Yes, I know that sounds bad. But you've been holding up the shorts. I'm doing the plays. That match will be crazy. I need to get a car crash sound added to my board just because of matches like that. Oh. I don't know if you just heard that as I was talking here. The rule tonight is no submissions. The only thing I wish for Emi right now is next year, Wembley Stadium. She normally comes out to Queen. Let her come out to Queen. Just, Saraya, you're great. You haven't been wrestling for a while. Looks like we're going to see Julia's moonsault out of this one, but I do like the fact they got these new graphics up for all the titles. It's not that hard to do, honestly. I used to do it for my MPW and CWC matches I did while I was still editing video for them. It's amazing to see the confidence of Julia Hart right now. Like, just the difference. You remember when she used to come out as a cheerleader all the time? With Lexis King and Griff Garrison? Yeah, another thing on the 2023 bingo card that I didn't expect. I thought Lexis King would be would be a quicker champion than Julia Hart, and I didn't think it'd be till next year. I am so glad that Tony Khan pulled the trigger on the 2 women's titles that he did. Not a huge fan of a lot of the stories, but at the same time, I just wish I could see more storylines with the women, period, but that's just, we'll keep bringing it up until it happens, but got to bring in the all-in stuff once again, so. I do like the Julia Hart. I like the change in gear to go to the red instead of the black, too. When it comes to colors, black, usually you try and keep yourself away from the attention. But the red's supposed to draw attention, and, well, that's just... I don't want to bring up Mexican luchador stuff, because that's way too obvious, but... Just the fact that she is wearing a color that's going to draw your eye to her is, in my opinion, a very good thing there as well. But who do you think is the next big challenger? Is it going to be Sky Blue? Like, it almost looks like Sky Blue is the major challenger for Toni Storm at this point. Who would you put as the major challenger for Julia Hart in this situation here? Like, I know the title change just happened a couple weeks ago, but at the same time, we got to start building someone there. I'd almost think like, since we already did Willow and Athena down in ROH, do we bring a Willow Nightingale into this story here? Of course, I'm talking as, of course, that Julia's going to win this match. Watch her lose this, and all of a sudden, Emi Sakura is the champion, and we're losing our collective minds here. And I wonder who the opponent's going to be next week for Toni Storm. Is it going to be the prototypical... Well, I guess she's a heel, so... The next upcoming face that's the mandatory opponent usually is Anna Jay. It was always a tradition. It's weird now because Nyla doesn't get the first championship shot as a heel anymore. Whenever a face gets the championship. Well, I guess we got technically two heels as champions right now regardless, but... Yeah, it was always like a broken record here. You'd get, whenever there was a heel female champion, the first person would be Anna Jay they would face. Or if they were a face champion, first person they would face was Nyla. Now it almost feels like Emi Sakura has taken over that role. Which is weird because Julia's supposed to be a heel, even though everybody cheers her and... the joys of 2023, everybody's a tweener somehow. Oh, okay, they're playing the hometown card. That actually makes a lot of sense, too. That is cool. Mongolian beef or pasta and sausage for dinner? I would definitely go with the Mongolian beef. Just because I haven't had it and it sounds delicious. Yeah, but if she passes out, all I have to do is pit her. So, this bow and arrow you're seeing here, this surfboard, whatever you want to call it, like they were just talking, that has been known in many circles to be one of the most give and take moves in wrestling in terms of two people working together. If you can pull that move together, she won't hit it. It's too close. It's too close to the corner. There you go. Northern Lariat, that should do it. They're actually going to count out as one of the rules here? She's too close. Yep, I called it. I called it. Oh, because she was put in the exact same spot that Julia was in. And Julia rolled in to counter it, right? When she really didn't have to. Emi came out to save her. Great match, horrible finish. You know what? It's still a pretty decent match. But I would like to see who's going to be our next opponent here. Oh, great. We get to hear CLB call out Mr. Copeland for next week in Montreal. If you guys didn't get a chance to see the promo... oh, wait. And Toni just no sells her whatsoever. That was great but awkward. That looked like a sort of a start of a promo where the guy, or not a promo, a porno, where where the guy has no clue what's really going on. And then all of a sudden, cut. No, I can't do this. Is it just me? Is it just me, or does Christian Cage look like perfect for one of those cheesy B-rated action murder drama movies that belong on the Hallmark Channel? Like, he almost feels like he could be the opponent for like what's that movie that John Cena was in, where he was the army guy? Why do those guys... Those are the security guys? That's right. That's right, Darth. I forgot they actually put out a patent for the East-West connection here. Oh, they got the Woo Energy back up on the board. Oh. Yeah, Jordan Oliver is the rumor right now to be signed to AEW to be he's not back there. If I was Copeland, you know what I'd be doing? I'd be giving him the same thing that he said to him, or that CLB said to him when he offered to be a tag partner. This ain't happening. This might be the first time in a while that yeah, maybe do it a different way. This is some of the worst security guys I've ever seen. That look is different. I love how Copeland can pull this serious look out. Ha! That ain't gonna matter much. No, Tony would have paid for the biggest security force, thank you. Are the East-West Connection Christians versions of Edge? Yes, very well could be. But I think for any faction, you want to have a good, strong tag team, right? That's just, they should hire you for security. Hey, they hire local wrestlers to be the security on these shows. Just become a wrestler and get to a local venue. Here comes Jordan. Please be Jordan. He's trying to back his way out of this now. That means I have to be home? Yeah. I'm sure this is the same crowd that would have met Punk in the main event. Forgive me a second. Telemarketers research. They call me twice in 2 hours. I'm like, no, I got to deal with this. Oh, God. Here we go. Is he going to try and mimic as much of Punk's speech as possible? Uh-huh. All these stories. I don't... Interesting try on this story here, but... You know what? In many ways, they have some claim to that. I don't believe it myself. I do think there's two other teams right now that seem to be a little better than that, but... All right, here comes CLB into a little bit extra here. Oh. 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 I'm your daddy. Uh-huh. How come I don't believe anything that they're saying here? Don't throw out the L card. Don't even try it. Oh. No, you're just being damn shellfish. Wow. Oh, by the way, he's wearing a Hitman too. Shout out to the Hitman now. I like the story. I like how it's. I like Christian's. Christian's speech is always great. And there's how it ends. And the crowd, one more time. One more time. So we're getting Edge versus... The mute's got it late. The mute's got it late. This is what we've been waiting for years. That kind of promo, that is absolutely beautiful. So I wonder if we're getting an overrun tonight. Because we got 20... Oh, there you go. They just announced that they're doing a possible overrun, so... The Jude Meister. Yeah, I know. We got a Jude in... just looking at a tweet here that the Jude Meister. Yeah. Damn, they didn't censor it. Yeah, they screwed up. They missed it. They didn't think they were going to have to do it. Then they decided to mute everything after that Christian said, which is absolutely hilarious. Oh, that's amazing. Really fun there. Yeah. I can't wait because, they're going to go extra hardcore in Montreal for these two. I just hope to get a decent crowd for it because from what I've heard, the ticket sales weren't great to begin with. And like in Edmonton, they were going crazy. So dumb guy question, is this the same Edge and the same Christian? The only thing that's really changed with Edge is the fact that he's now Adam Copeland because WWE owns the name. Christian, he's turned into a psychological killer profile. Smug, smarmy, pretty much Captain Charisma, early Captain Charisma. But yeah, it's still the same Christian. Oh yeah, it's the same. Those two guys, absolutely, yeah. This is pretty much the way they felt during the breakup, like after that first initial set of matches following their breakup during the invasion or I think it was it was during the invasion angle. Because that's when Christian started to go with Lance Storm a little bit, and yeah, it made sense. Well, let me throw it out quick for you guys here, as tradition here, before the main event, the last full break here. Schedule coming up tomorrow, we're going to be back with Mario Brothers Wonder. I got World 5, and we'll see how fast that goes. Maybe I can get into World 6. Saturday, we will be back here with a little Sports Saturday. Monday, we're going to be here with God of War. Tuesday, Killer Instinct. We're finally going to get back to it. And then next Wednesday, we'll be back here with our AEW Dynamite Sidecast from Montreal. In which I will remind all our friends from the States that Edmonton to Montreal is pretty much the equivalent from Utah to New York City. So no, I will not be going to Dynamite next week. Sorry, it's a Canadian thing. Half the people in America forget when they go to Canada that West Coast and East Coast are two different things. So who's going to be able to out-heel the other guy here? I would assume Switchblade's going to play face in this one. Yeah, the official didn't see it, but he sees that White's hanging around with wrestling tape around his hands like the Bucks have streamers. Nana coming out with a crutch. I'm glad to see you can still do the dance while Edmonton to Montreal is like Vegas to Boston. I'm glad you're using winning NHL teams with that. Also a team that we beat yesterday is the Oilers. $2,400 miles from Calgary to Montreal. Hey, You're the long haul driver. You know all these. You probably know all these off by heart. So, holy crap, that t-shirt. I'll guarantee you they just went. Well, maybe they didn't get a big boost in TV or t-shirt sales today because the Black Friday sale just ended. So. So just think about this right now. Oh, wait, that's the run you're on right now. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Well, I'm glad you stopped in to chat tonight because it's been a lot of fun here. One thing I'd like to do before TNA comes back, I want to see if we maybe just do one night. We're just going to sit here and reminisce about the old TNA wrestling and what it meant and what it did and a whole lot of things about it. Just trying to round things up to see if I can find the right guests to talk about it and whatnot. Or even guests in plural there. But I want to do a few more Just Chatting streams next year. Whether it be about wrestling, about gaming, or something, just... I do appreciate how these guys use... I thought that lady was going to sit... The guy was... Strickland's head was going to be in that lady's lap. Jay White, 92. Stopped in for a dinner break. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, it's the one thing about streaming at this time of night, like for when you're streaming for a 6 o'clock show with you guys, and I don't like to eat in front of you if I can help it. I feel bad enough about taking drinks while I'm in front of you guys, but usually my supper ends up being around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I end up going for a little post-stream snack after, but... I love the fact that they're... Oh, God. These fans are getting all over it. That guy's like, I ain't getting up. I can't move. Oh, that fan's trying to get involved. What's your post-stream snack name? Yeah, no, there's nobody there. Let's just get that straight. My passion is here with you guys. Chatting, streaming, playing games. That was weird. Swerve was in the ring and then out of the ring. Then he takes his sweet time getting back. Okay. They're trying to set up this spot, but it takes flipping forever. Wow. All right. I just reposted it on Exeter. Britt Baker. Tonight's AEW Dynamite live promo times. MJF live promo time, 7 minutes. Christian Cage's live promo time, 10 minutes. All of 2023 AEW Dynamite Britt Baker live promo time, 0 minutes. This is a travesty that must be rectified at AEW. I'll just throw a little, throw a quick tweet out, just, gotta see if I get the retweets and the little views here. So there, I threw one out. I'll admit, I'm a Britt Baker stan. I will, she's always been my favorite women's wrestler. For a lot of the time, she was my favorite wrestler, and just seeing her wrestle live here in Edmonton, it was just a whole different level of respect for her. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the main event here tonight? Are we going to get a draw, or are we going to get, or is one guy going to pull it out here? I think this very well could be a draw that everybody hates. So everybody's going to swear and curse. Everybody hates it. We always need a winner. Come on now. Oh, looks like I got to contact TELUS and ask why my bill has changed. Swerve wins? Yeah, I would say that'd be a smart choice. Like, of the two that are going to win, I think Jay White's going to be like one of those 3-4 guys in terms of the final rankings. I'd love to be wrong. One stipulation I'd love to have at these tournaments. If, like, for example, Swerve finishes with, let's see now, 20, say Swerve ends up with 25 points. Sorry, 3 points, 5 match, 15 points. Say, for example, Swerve finishes with 15 and Moxley ends with 12. That final match between the two, like, they say they have the tournament match final for that side. I would love to see it that in the event that Moxley wins, they have to go to another fall, because technically they'll have the same number of points. Sort of like a bracket reset in gaming. It would be a very cool concept and an extra way to stack the odds against somebody that you really want to get over. Even if you did it the opposite way, where Moxley ran the table and Swerve had to win twice. Just amazing to see how good these two work together. Wow. Did he throw a punch in there on top of that? On the release of the suplex, it almost looked like he punched him on the way down. Oh, nice. And just, yeah, that reaction lariat, that is hilarious. I don't know, it's the power of Swerve. It's just a reaction. Like anybody with that kind of impact on a discus lariat like that. We're getting close to 8 o'clock here, so. They did say they were allowed to go overtime, but. What have you guys thought about Danielson in commentary tonight? I think he's done a lot. And the fact that you got that overall IQ there of Swerve and... Or sorry, with Danielson, Taz, and Excalibur, it's actually... there's so much good knowledge there that, you know, just... Everybody's letting everybody else get over in terms of bringing out the information. Danielson did good, like decision he makes on disciplinary. What I think happened is, as of right now, Tony Khan's not allowed to release the footage from All In, but he is allowed to release the statement that Danielson was the one that decided that was the head of the committee that decided that Mr. Punk should go. Everybody's saying, you know, as soon as CM signed, they should have released the footage from All In. I think this is about as close as Tony Khan could get, to be honest with you. Like, why are you even trying to continue at our bar while you're... Uh-oh. Ow. I'm with the crowd. That was a little bit nuts. Hey, Parrish, how you doing? Getting ready for the stream tonight, or are you guys still going tonight? Oh, here we go, ref. Oh. Ha! Swerve watch game film. Jay White tried to use the same move that he did last night with the, or last week with the low blow when the ref was turned. House call, Meteora, we're done. Here it comes. So random side note, where do you think Perry is going to end up, or will it be the reason Mom trips? Wow. In terms of Corey Perry, I honestly believe it didn't have to do with the mums thing. I think as much as the Blackhawks can't be trusted right now, I still don't feel that... I feel that he did something else a lot worse than that. Does he get re-signed? Who knows? I can't say much because Patrick Kane got re-signed. I have to know the nature of what happened before I could actually... Before I could actually say anything about it, right? So... Nah, these guys are going to a draw, boys. I'm pretty sure about that. Nice break. But because of that broken arm, he can't hold it. That is smart booking. Yeah, our crazy pin spot. We're going to get a... Expect a bell to be rung anytime now. All right, Mr. Iceman, you have yourself a great night. Hope you have the rest of your trip is safe today. First time we've heard a 5 minutes remaining shot here. And really, we haven't run into that position where they gotten that close to time. Well, except the main event last week. Oh, fair enough. Swerve gets win number 2. Honestly, I think we got our 1-2. Unless now basically comes down to Swerve and Roosh, right? And Swerve's already beaten Roosh. Pretty sure that's what happened last week. Oh no, Roosh and Strickland essentially are going to be for that last playoff spot because I can't see Moxley losing. Moxley's not going to lose 3. Moxley's not going to lose 3. If Roosh can beat Strickland, then both Jay White and Roosh have a shot at it. Blue Division, Blue League, Blue something. I'm going to blow it. As they fade off the air. I got to say, you know what? For the lack of matches, like overall, they're having less matches on the card. I think they had 6 total tonight instead of their usual 8. It's really enjoyable, and they're telling a lot of stories in the ring. Any promos that they're doing are a lot tighter now than they used to be. Next week, we're getting the Adam Copeland versus Christian matchup as probably the main event for the TNT Championship. And then we're also getting Samoa Joe and MJF versus 2 of the Devil's Horde. Devil's Horde's just the name I've been using, but either way. It's been... it's a lot of fun to see what's going on here with Dynamite. And it's nice when we get to sit here and just talk about wrestling, not all this politics BS and who should work there and what is done this backstage and whatnot. The fact that we got to see everything on TV, we get to see Toni Storm next week. Julia Hart has a great match, which ended a little rough, but other than that.